Hey, future Zach here with a quick disclaimer before we start this episode. During this interview, we got a lot of numbers wrong. I'm not exactly sure how it happened, but there's a lot of things that were discussed here that were not used during the actual matches, and they're going to sound very broken and wrong and overpowered. And if that's the case, it probably is broken and wrong and overpowered and isn't actually going to be used in the matches. Thank you for being considerate, and I hope you enjoy the Ineffable Vagabonds. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the D&D podcast you didn't ask for. One more roll. My name is Zach, the Dungeon Master, and I'm here with the Fuck, I already forgot the fucking name. Dude, I was practicing it too.
Ineffable Vagabonds.
Thank you. Ineffable Vagabonds. I appreciate it. One of the many teams I'll be competing in the Gauntlet of Champions, so go ahead and introduce yourselves.
In character or
out of character. This is all out of character, don't worry.
I'll go first. I'll bite the bullet. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm 21, and I use any pronouns. And my character is Tenebris. Do I need to say anything more than that, or?
I mean, if you want to give a fun fact about yourself that you think you want the audience to know, go right ahead.
Oh, I'm a cosplayer, and I play D&D a lot in my spare time with these two here, my friends, and yeah, I also draw a lot, so I have like art of a lot of the D&D characters in my group.
She's very good at both.
Base as fuck. Alright, who's next?
I can go. Hello, my name is Megan or Eden. Either works. There's lots of Megans in the world, so I also respond to Eden. But these two here will probably call me Megan or Meg. I use they and she pronouns, depends on what the day when I feel like. And I play the character Jacinto Siervo. If you see the guy that's Jacinto Siervo, yeah, he's Hispanic. And fun fact about me, I used to cosplay and everything, but I have since left that space because I'm getting my PhD in human genetics at the moment.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, schizophrenia and circadian rhythm, like, woo! that's my thing right now.
You said something like actually cool and impressive about yourself. Damn, you talked about what you do in real life.
This person's got a life. What a nerd. What a loser.
Yeah, I didn't know we were supposed to talk and say that we had lives. God.
sorry. I don't think like cool or fun other than have like a life.
I think you're cool and fun.
I'm kissing you right now from across
state lines.
All right.
Yeah.
And
last but most certainly least, I am
No!
Nathan. Also Rin. Also just I don't really care. Just call me whatever. I am playing Phyrexia or Phyrexi, if that sounds familiar. You know.
Oh.
I gotta look it up now. Give me a second.
You probably won't find anything. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I see. I got you.
Anyways, I don't really do much. I used to DM a lot. Oh my god. I don't. Oh, it's fun. It's fun.
Are you
it's
like the forever DM?
I am. Until now. This is my break. I've been on break for a little while.
Hey, I gave you a break. I DM'd like one campaign.
Yeah, you
I'll
did.
DM a
Awesome.
campaign you're in.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have anything to plug really. I don't do cosplay.
Don't worry, I don't either.
I will be here for this campaign.
Okay, wonderful. Then let's talk about your characters now. Now that the audience knows who you are, they need to know who you're playing. So, I guess in the same order that you guys introduce yourselves, talk about like the character's name again, their race, potentially their class, any personality, backstory information that you think the audience should know going into this tournament. This is where you can talk about it. And before that, I guess I should talk about your theme for your team, because unlike a lot of the other teams, you guys actually picked a single trope, and you're like, yeah, let's all do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
Can I explain it?
Yeah, go ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay, so we are Team Isekai, and if you know about manga or anime, basically it's like Sword Art Online. That's like the isekai that like everyone thinks of first. Basically, some random people being transported into another world where they have like powers. Although I know Nathan's character and Sam's character already have had powers, but basically this idea came because I looked at Nathan, I looked at Sam, and I said, I've always wanted to play a character who's like, where's the Wi-Fi? You can't just drive there? And then Sam wanted to play one of their characters from a different campaign, so that worked out, and then Nathan just kind of followed along. So, and then we just decided to be Team Isekai, but then we can't actually officially name our team that, because...
Only one of you would not know what the word Isekai means, which is... Because what time period is Jacinto from?
He's from modern day. So
yeah, exactly. So Jacinto would know. I'm saying that name correctly, right? Jacinto?
Yes, Jacinto.
Okay, wonderful. Jacinto would know what isekai is, but obviously because the rest of your team would not know what that word is, and no character would, you can't name yourselves Team Isekai. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think Tenebris would kind of explode if you tried to, like, explain that to them.
But at the end of the day, all of you have been sucked through a portal or something, however you wanted to get isekai'd, and you have somehow all met one another and are now in this version of Faerun, which is a tiny custom.
I think the story that we had was that all of our different characters somehow get transported into this world by their own different means. I know what Tenebris is, but they all meet at a bar because I think in our story that we came up with, Tenebris starts a bar fight because they have no idea where they are. And
that's awesome.
And the other two walk in or something at the time where they're punching someone in the face and where am I? I got transported to this world. How do I get back home? And so then they all decide to group up together and enter the tournament of champions for the grand prize so they have enough money to get back home to their own worlds is what I think we said.
For context, I believe the prize I was going with, I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, the in-game prize pool, I want to say, is 60,000 gold pieces. I could be wrong. I think that sounds right.
Yeah. I think their intent is to win and use that money to pay somebody of, I don't know, higher magical knowledge than them to open a portal back to their own worlds, I guess.
I just want to go home.
What's really fun, I'm gonna, before I talk about this, I want you guys to individually talk about your characters and the world they came from and their motivations coming here. And just individually talk about your characters before I continue on the group isekai concept. Anyone can take it away. Go ahead. Maybe what they did before the isekai. Maybe anything about their personality that you think could be fun to talk about. Also their class, their race. Their that's important.
Yeah.
I think someone else that's not me should go first because I have a lot to say about it.
Okay,
I can go first. Yeah. So basically, with Sarov, it's kind of a world I've been building for a long time, and I just never used it. So I decided, you know what? I have an excuse now. They are from a world that was dominated by lots of large monstrosities where humans as a species are now a minority and basically being hunted down. As a last-ditch effort, all of the wizards that have kind of come together in the final city, like a bastion, have found a way to open a portal, and Saruf being kind of not really a leader of the people, but more of a figurehead, someone strong enough to try and keep people safe. They went in first. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. They went in first to try and see if they could find this new world that could foster life for the rest of their people. And they ended up here. And
all right, yeah, that's it.
None of their people have followed them, and they don't know how to get back.
Oh man, as all isekais do, right? You just get here and you're like, fuck, there's no way back.
As far as the character themselves, they are, I guess I can just go through the whole description here, basically.
Yeah. Anything that's not their actual spells and strategies, just talk about the base stuff.
They are a melee wizard, so they're going to be basically frontlining as a wizard, going in there, hitting things. They are chaotic good, female. They have gray eyes, white hair, and pale skin. They are 6'3"
and tall,
and
damn,
pretty intimidating.
I love tall, intimidating women.
Oh man, that was great. Okay.
Sorry.
No. I mean, like, I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of people agreeing with you. I'm sure you're gonna have everyone
Yeah,
agreeing with you.
sorry to be the voice of every lesbian in the whole world right there.
Okay. Is that pretty much everything for like the base of like the personality, their backstory, and all that, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Just being strong, fast, and still having magic.
Mhm.
That's the main
Alright.
idea of it.
That's sick. That's sick. Blade Singing Wizard is a very cool subclass. So I can't wait to talk about that more.
I can't wait to learn it because I've never done it before.
Eden,
Yeah.
you want to take it
hi.
away because I believe that Sam mentioned having a lot. So we'll start with you. Eden.
Yeah, basically there are now 3 campaigns that make up Sam's character's lore.
Holy shit.
So good luck.
No,
convincing
and
that
that's
Sam.
not okay.
Sorry
but
about that.
no, I mean that's mostly the other character that I have. My current character is the daughter of my other character.
Oh
so
my fucking god.
there's
Okay,
a
we'll get into that in a second. We'll get into
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot. Go ahead.
So Jacinto is from the far-off land of Austin, Texas. That's Austeen, Texas.
Oh my god. Okay.
To avoid
It's actually-
copyright from the US.
The state of Texas sues the podcast.
So yeah, basically the reason why I chose Texas is because I'm initially from Texas and I say y'all a lot. So whenever I do characters, I accidentally say y'all all the time. So I
That's
wanted to
awesome.
say y'all and it be character.
I love that so much. Okay.
He's a medical student at Baylor, and he is specifically going into pediatrics. And he has a very special relationship with his little brother Luis, who is probably about like 15 years his junior, like very, very young. You know, he basically has had to raise Luis himself, and like their special connection was definitely that Luis was scared of the dark, so Jacinto would be his nightlight essentially.
Oh, that's adorable.
And that's why he's a Twilight cleric.
Good symbolism right there. That's awesome.
Yeah, but Luis is actually the one who somehow screwed up, and now you have like an 8-year-old running around in this world, and Jacinto basically stopped everything to try to figure out what happened. And Zach, I remember you and I were talking about how
Yes.
Jacinto's patron is actually in one of your campaigns.
Okay. This is like why this is one of my favorite characters, because this character that you're connected to is planned to be involved in like every future campaign somehow, right?
Mhm.
It's like such a grand scale. Essentially, in everyone who's watching this podcast, if you watched all the other episodes, the player Megan, who's playing as Mai, has a campaign called The Lost Continent, and I'm playing a character named Jake Arcane in that, right? And the thing about Jake is that he started off as like Indiana Jones kind of inspired, and I decided I wanted him to become a god as his main goal. So at this point in time, rift hopping is completely realistic. So technically speaking, Jacinto's patron, you know, for all the cleric stuff, is the god Arcane, who I don't know what kind of connection you want to have with Arcane. That's really up to you. Like, what do you imagine the like the relationship there is?
Well, I'd imagine that because Jacinto does come from a Mexican family in the South, and they're oftentimes traditionally very religious. So I'd imagine it was kind of a situation where Jacinto was very religious, and it just happened to be towards Jake. He didn't realize it, but it was. And Jake found his plight and was like, "Yo, I got you, brother." And basically Jacinto went poof into the world. If that is like okay with you.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I think it's awesome. Just one day it's like, oh, you're looking for someone? Yeah, I could take you to them and just teleport you into the word. Yeah, no, that's great. That's great.
And
Yeah, figure it out yourself after that.
no,
though.
actually, Jake actually helped him out a little bit because, so Jacinto is canonically like a very weak person because like he's in medical school. Those kids don't have time to work out. But
Sure.
Jake was like, I see that you may die here, so gave him the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, So his strength score is status up till 19.
Yeah.
So didn't completely abandon him.
It goes on the trope of I know a few of different anime does this for isekai where you're able to take like one thing with you or you get one gift or something.
Mhm.
I know Konosuba has played into that and they did a great job with that. But pretty much the God Arcane was like, yeah, let me give you this. And he looks like a normal dude, like around most people. Like he doesn't put himself in a holy light. He can do that, but he doesn't need to. So pretty much Jacinto is just connected to the God Arcane, and it's really funny because the timeline that he takes place in, right, is like an alternate timeline of this world where he becomes the god. So it's like actually really closely connected. But no, yeah, that's a lot of fun. I'm really excited to see how that goes.
Yeah, me too.
I will say briefly, and I don't mind mentioning this because I think I told you this privately, is that in this timeline there is also a Jake Arcane who does not become a god, who's just a regular adventurer. He will be in the tournament, and nobody knows that except a handful of people I needed to get permission for to actually put him in. But that Jake Arcane, who looks almost the exact same, right, has no idea who Jacinto is. So if they meet at any point in time, you're gonna see essentially who looks exactly like your god, right?
Yeah.
And he just won't know who you are because he isn't your god. It's not the same Jake. And that's a lot of fun, and I hope we get the chance to roleplay that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah. I guess speaking of roleplay for Jacinto is like a great guy. Like I think of him as like he is the older brother figure. Very sweet, very like okay, he wants to be a pediatrician. Like giving you like your big teddy bear type guy who you can kind of walk all over. But just again, you're very classic standard, just good, wholesome dude. I would say because I think of this for some reason a lot. I think of Breath of the Wild when I think of Jacinto, just because I think I gave in their backstory, Luis and Jacinto would play Zelda a lot together, and that's how Jacinto kind of is able to navigate a mythical world, is because he has that like backstory.
Legend of Zelda Trail.
Hey, Nintendo, sponsor this episode.
Sponsor this podcast.
So I think
oh man, that's awesome.
Jacinto is like Link-ish if Link was more talkative.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the connection I bring to him. And again, he just looks nice. He has like dark curly hair, big glasses, like just I don't know. You give him a hug, like and he gives good hugs, so you get the best hug ever, and that's Jacinto.
That's awesome. I love that so much. And now it's time to tackle the big character here. Go right ahead with Tenebris. Go right ahead.
Oh God, I might even need Nathan's help for this because
Okay.
I guess I'll just describe like what they look like and like some stuff about them before I get into like the backstory stuff.
Yeah, go like personality, all the class stuff first,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about backstory.
So Tenebris is a succubus, which is a homebrew race, which I have been allowed to play, yay. But honestly, until this specific episode or whatever airs with the interviews, I don't know if anyone will know Tenebris is a succubus because they wear a giant suit of armor constantly, and they wear the dread helm, so you know, their face is shadowed out, and all you ever see is like the two glowing red eyes under it. So
I'm assuming the physical traits of because obviously a succubus has slight physical trait differences from like actual like regular humans. Would it be like the horns and the tail?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously the helmet and the armor would cover those up.
Yeah, the horns actually stick out of the helmet, but the tail is covered by, they have the cloak of billowing, which lets you use a bonus action to let your cloak billow dramatically. So
one of the best items of the game.
One of the best items in the game, true. But Tenebris is like classically just beautiful, like what you would think of when you think of like a succubus demon. And as my friend likes to describe them, the image of an insatiable, lustful demon no man or woman could live to be without. So,
damn, that is detailed. Okay.
Yeah.
But she wears her armor most of the time.
All the time. So you.
Is there a reason for that?
Yes, actually. The world that Tenebris comes from She is a 1,000-year-old succubus, so she has been around a very, very long time because succubi they stop aging after like 15, so and then they just stay alive forever. But the world that Tenebris is from, demons are very like the way that tieflings have a lot of prejudice against them. All demons in the world Tenebris is from are like people are like racist towards the demons.
Makes sense,
so
yeah.
It's
she
like,
ends up
a little bit more aggressive. So.
Yeah, a lot
Oh,
more
okay.
aggressive. So Tenebris has just kind of grown used to wearing a suit of armor and a helmet that covers her face all the time because of a lot of internalized like hate towards herself because of the world that she comes from. So even when she has no need or necessity to do that in this world, it's just something she's grown accustomed to.
That makes sense. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, but she's 5'10", so she's also pretty tall and intimidating and sexy, like, you know, sexy succubus demon.
As a stereotypical succubus would look, yeah.
Yeah, she has long black hair that's kind of wavy, 2 horns. She's like light red, like a pinkish red kind of color, and she has 2 very, very bright gold eyes.
But the helmet makes them red, right?
Yeah, the helmet makes them glow red.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
that's sick.
I'm just thinking about these 2 magical beings, like these 6 feet tall ladies, lady / non-binary with Tenebris, and then this dude, some guy.
Yeah, just some guy who's like with these 2 tall, sexy ladies.
Just imagining like him standing in between. Just both of them have a shoulder or arm on the shoulder.
How tall is Jacinto?
He's about, I'd say he's about 6 foot, so I guess they're all really tall.
Oh, okay. When you describe him, like,
why.
is he like 5'4" or something?
No.
Like that?
I don't know why that was my headcanon too
Yeah,
for a
that's
minute.
what I thought.
I was thinking he's like 5'6",
Dang,
like
guys, never
7
mind.
tops, you know?
He's 5'8". He's 5'8".
5'8", okay, a bit shorter.
He is the shortest then.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Still relatively tall though. You guys are a rather tall team.
Yeah.
I know there's some short kings out there, you know, some short kings, some short queens who are like barely over 5 feet. So this is gonna be a very intimidating team just at first glance from your heights alone. So go on with Tenebris. Tell me more about just them.
Yeah, they are, the class that I play is Fighter, and their subclass is Eldritch Knight, which is actually one of my favorite subclasses in the game. They have, like, all the perks of a fighter, like, they're strong and able to hit more than once. Like, I think at max level, fighters can hit, like, 4 times, like, per round?
Without action surge, or?
Without action surge.
I think they can swing, I want to say, at max level. I'm gonna
3?
double check this. I thought it was 3, but it might be 4.
Yeah, I know that at level 14 it is 3 because that is what level she is in our other campaign. But
okay, yeah, level 20 you get the 4th extra attack.
yeah, so fighter's really good, but with the subclass Eldritch Knight, it basically also just gives you spells and like it's like stuff wizards could learn. And so Tenebris is like dual wielding magic, and also they are very skilled with a rapier.
Which is pretty sick, yeah, because you are a dex fighter.
Yes.
Question: do you have what kind of armor do you have again?
I think it's just plate armor right now, but usually when I'm playing them, I don't remember exactly. Nathan, what is the armor called?
Oh shit! Hold on. I almost said demon armor, but that's not right. That was a different person.
It's the armor that the molten armor you pour over yourself, and it doesn't give you any disadvantage to stealth. That's usually what I play with.
Okay.
But considering this is a tournament, like I
Stealth
don't.
isn't gonna be too important, to be honest. Like, they know there's 3 of you. If one of you disappears, they're gonna be like, okay, they're in the arena somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
it is the molten bronze skin.
Yeah, the molten bronze
plate
skin.
armor. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
Just
so
65 pounds.
yeah.
Wow,
So Tenebris plays as like they can obviously hold their own because they have a high armor class, and normally at higher levels they have a good amount of health, and yeah, so they're strong, they're fast, they do a lot of damage, they really do a lot of damage, so Yeah, Eldritch Knight is one of my favorite classes. It's really fun to play. It's very balanced all around.
So let me ask this: how did Tenebris get isekai? We know the story on Jacinto and Seraph, but what happened to them for them to get isekai into this world?
I love this.
So Tenebris is like one of their companions is a wizard, and his name is Idonis, and he has recently been looking into planar travel and world travel in their own universe for plot reasons, like obviously unrelated to this, but related to that universe.
Yeah.
And a spell for him goes wrong when Tenebris is trying to help him. Like she's kind of like his lab assistant in a way at times.
Okay.
So one of his spells ends up going horribly wrong, and he just transports Tenebris to this random universe, and they have to figure out how to get back to their world, which definitely really needs them. So
that's really funny. So this is kind of like would you say? God, I want to say the word would be AU then, in the sense where it's like an alternate timeline where this happens in that campaign.
Yeah.
In here,
Yeah.
okay. That's
or
pretty
outside of or in between the campaigns that we're doing right now, because there was a previous campaign that I played with Tenebris where their backstory is that they're a 1,000-year-old succubus who was born to start a war between humans and demons, and them and their companions end up saving the world from Tenebris's mother, who is revealed to be Tenebris's mother in the finale.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I almost want to just talk about the whole campaign, but
Yeah,
we gotta keep it on.
Yeah, I don't know. We have the time for a whole campaign sit down.
Yeah, that's the
Wrong podcast.
Yeah, that's the briefest version of those events that I can give. But yeah, so between that campaign and the one they are in now is where I imagine that all of this took place. And Tenebris was probably gone. I wanted to say that it would be funny if Tenebris was gone for 5 minutes from that world, but has been in this world for like weeks.
A couple of months maybe at this point.
Yeah, and then
Dilation.
so they get back and it's just like Tenebris is like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And Idonis is like, "You were gone for like 5 minutes. What happened?"
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I love that. All
I
right.
just won a tournament, no problem.
So, yeah, you just went and fought a bunch of different champions who all are arguably as strong as Tenebris, if not stronger. We'll see about that. Who knows?
Who knows?
But let's talk about the actual individual strategies on each character now, because I do think this is one of the most detailed teams, by the way. And hats off to you three. You actually, it's very fun. I love this trio you got going on. So strategy, who has the most simple build? Let me ask that question so I can start with them.
Probably
Not
me.
Okay, so let's talk about just any special feats you might have, any special gear you got, any spells you think you're going to be utilizing a lot of. Just floor is yours. Talk about any strategy you want to talk about.
So Jacinto is a Twilight cleric, so he does Twilight cleric things. I don't really have any special kind of plan for him because I really wanted him to be more the backbone of the group, in the sense of he is there just to help the other two fuck everyone else up. I'm sorry, can I cuss?
You go right ahead, dude. I don't care. As long as you don't say like anything terrible, then you're fine. You can curse all you want. So you imagine Jacinto's more of a support unit, which makes sense. Twilight Domain Cleric is one of the best support subclasses in the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, I have Bless, I have, Sanctuary, the reason why I chose Twilight Cleric is because I thought specifically it would do very well in a tournament such as this, where I'd imagine in between rounds we are able to rest.
You are.
Okay,
you get a
awesome.
full long rest. You get a whole day in between rounds. So if you have an item that recharges at noon, you get that back.
That's so sexy, because I have, the +1 Amulet of the Devout, that we were able to scrounge together with our scraps after buying our items.
Yeah.
So
I think you guys spent a lot of money for your teams. I'm pretty sure you spent a good amount.
Oh yeah, I did. Me
much all of it,
personally. Just because he is a Twilight Cleric, and that is such a useful subclass, and especially I think would be very useful in this kind of scenario. But I mean, for people who don't know about Twilight clerics, essentially they their channel divinity creates a Twilight sanctuary, which is basically a 30-foot radius. Is filled with dim light, and it grants everyone within the radius who, at the end of their turn, they get 1d6 plus 8 temporary hit points, which I know isn't the same thing as healing, but it's still is able to give you that extra little. I think of it like overshield in Fortnite almost.
Yeah, it's kind of like well, like a chug jug.
Yeah,
Like
it's a chug jug. Essentially, it's a chug jug.
Has Jacinto played Fortnite?
I think he has. I think I'm an 8-year-old brother. I think he has.
Oh my god, that's so true. That's so right. If you have an 8-year-old brother, you definitely have played Fortnite at least once in your life. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, because he is a cleric, he does have the classic cleric spells of Spiritual Weapon and Spirit Guardians, which would be a really good combination of, you put down your Twilight Sanctuary, you put out your Spirit Guardians that make sure that no one that you don't want in this sphere is, like, everyone who, the other team is out of the sphere because they're fighting the Spirit Guardians, and then you use the Spiritual Weapon and all of your bonus actions go in and slash them all up.
Then you've got a lot planned. I think it's very interesting too, and I mentioned this on a podcast, one of the episodes beforehand. Spiritual Weapon is not concentration at all, which allows you to have like Spirit Guardians on top of that, because that is concentration. I think Spiritual Weapon should be concentration.
Oh, it should be, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna complain. Like, hey. Like, I'll use it if you want to make it this good. Go right ahead. What do you imagine the spiritual weapon Jacinto uses?
I would imagine...
Like, what does it look like?
Let's see.
Like, nice flavor things. Like, I don't know how... Because I see that you have a... You have a +1 Warhammer as your main weapon to give yourself, a bit of melee stuff. So I wasn't sure if you were gonna make it like another Warhammer, or if you're gonna make it something kind of like a reference to gaming, like the Master Sword or some shit. I don't know what Jacinto would do.
Master Sword, clearly.
It's so awesome.
I was about to say a Switch.
I mean, he could use a combat weapon, but like, I think because
the Golden Scar, what?
No, it's the new hammer from Fortnite.
That's what this hammer looks like. But I think just because one of the reasons why I really think Jacinto's a character is comfortable-ish in this world. I mean, he does make the "Where's the Wi-Fi" jokes, but one of the main reasons why is because he does have that background in Zelda specifically. So I think it'd be so fun if he had the Master Sword as his spiritual weapon.
That's sick. I love that. Do you have a certain Master Sword you want it to be? Like a certain version? Or like, I do not care what it looks like, to be honest. There's different iterations of it. I'm just curious if you have a specific one that you're like, oh.
I'm gonna let my dear best friend Sam decide, because that Zelda is their territory. So my dear best friend Sam, which one would you like to give Jacinto?
What version of the Master Sword? Oh my god. I think that if you're gonna go with any Master Sword, it's gotta be the true Master Sword from the end of Skyward Sword.
Oh, yeah!
That's the iteration of the Master Sword where it is first formed in the Zelda.
I fucking love that. Perfect. That's canon now. Totally. I don't even care when you mention it. You gotta mention this is the Master Sword that comes out of this.
Oh, yeah.
I need the other teams to freak out.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone listening to the podcast will be like, "Hey!" But then everyone in character.
Any of you gamers in the podcast? Do you like Zelda?
Gamers in the podcast today?
But that's sick. That's fucking awesome. I love that. I also noticed you have a lot of good concentration spells that are. Like you mentioned, you had Bless. You have Fairy Fire, which is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Period. I don't think you can go wrong with it. Unless it fails, and then in which case drop the concentration, pick something else. What do you imagine from your spell list you're going to be using the most for your concentration? Because you have a few concentration spells.
Yeah, I think because my main thing will be the spiritual weapon, and also I do have Guiding Bolt, which don't contain concentration. Like, I had the ability to choose more concentration type spells. And like, I know Fairy Fire may not be like super duper helpful within the tournament setting, but as we were talking, Zach, you were saying just about how you can metagame it a little bit, but also make it a realistic character. And so I think,
yeah, for sure,
like, especially for someone like Jacinto, who is all about like being the nightlight for his little brother, and being a Twilight cleric that comes from that, knowing what's in the dark.
It makes so much sense.
But I think what will be helpful will probably be Yeah, blast will be pretty big. I think enhance ability will also be very, very helpful. Solely because, again, I do have no on my team. I have 2 big damage people, so to be able to boost that damage using something like full strength or like or something, anything like that. um,
Now, I do see, and I gotta ask this question because this scares me. I see you have Lehman's Tiny Hut on your spell list. I'm assuming you're not gonna be using that during the actual tournament.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
I
you're not
just
gonna be pulling that out.
comes with being a Twilight cleric.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, that's good.
yeah,
That's
I'm
good.
pretty sure-
Because I don't want to ban spells, but I think that would be the only spell I have to ban. If someone pulls that out and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna rest for 8 hours, I'm like, oh, you're in the middle of a match. You can't step off the arena,
Yeah.
like that's not fair.
No,
It's
I'm
like
not-
pausing in Skyrim and eating 10 wheels of cheese.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Or for Jacinto's sake, Breath of the Wild, because you can do that exact same thing now, where you
Yeah.
just pause the game and eat a bunch of food.
I will say
Fuck you.
one spell I'm excited to potentially use is just banishment.
Oh my god, yeah. I see you have banishment there.
Oh my god.
That's legal. That's legal.
I have tortured Nathan for multiple campaigns using banishment with my other character who's a wizard.
For the sake of banishment, obviously, to win, you have to have all 3 of them knocked out. Banishing them does not knock them out, but it does make it a 3v2.
Yep.
So that is massive for a good amount of time. I also couldn't help but notice you have Death Ward on your list.
Yes, yes.
Death Ward is one of the spells that people ask me, hey, it's 8 hours duration, not concentration. Can we cast it before the match?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm like, as long as you don't have that spell slot available and you let me know you're casting it prior to the match starting, then yes. So Death Ward is in that pool of, hey, if you wanted to cast this before the match starts, a few hours before, you could do it. So I'm wondering, do you plan to utilize Death Ward, or are you planning to save your 4th level spell slots for something else? Like, again, banishment as an option.
Yeah, this is something that I would definitely need to talk more with my teammates about. I think a good strategy, just off the top of my head, would be for the first match, yes, and then see if we need it.
That's fair, honestly. Especially because it's not concentration, you can cast it on 2 people. You have 2 4th level spell slots. Do you know would you cast it on both of them if you had 2 Death Wards, or would you put one on yourself?
I wouldn't put that's a good question, because as the cleric, it's important that I stay alive.
Yes, you can heal.
So that's a really good question.
I think that it would probably be in the best interest to put it on YouTube, just because I don't know. Nathan, what's your armor class?
20.
Actually, then no. Put it on.
The only problem is I have low HP, high AC.
Yeah. Okay. I have like good HP, but like an alright armor class. Like
I think it'll be very situational.
Jacinto has the highest
Could be very
HP.
useful.
I have
Yeah.
75 HP and 18 armor class.
Yeah, I have 60 HP and 18 armor class.
And I'm at 50 with 20.
Bladesing, dude, it's crazy.
That's gonna be something to definitely consider, especially because I don't know. Let's see, I do have. Oh, I was gonna bring. Never mind. I thought I had a different spell, but I didn't bring it. I think we talked about that one spell where you touch someone and then they're like at 1 HP. What is that? Spare the Dying? But I think we talked about Spare the Dying, Zach, and that wouldn't work as I thought it would work.
Oh, no, Spare the Dying doesn't bring you to 1 HP, it stabilizes. So it's just you're not on death saves, but you're not going to be on death saves if you get knocked out anyways. Unless someone attacks you while you're down, but if that happens, they might get DQ'd because that's attacking lethally.
Yeah, that's
which
not very
is...
nice.
I'm putting that in as a mechanic to make it where if someone goes down, AoE might have to be reconsidered on when to use AoE spells, because I think it'll be really funny if you can't cast AoE because someone is down right next to the person you were trying to target and you can't hit that person, So they're down, you're just gonna hit them.
Then you
That
cast
would give you
Leon's
an
tiny
advantage if
hut
you
and
were
you
there.
throw them in the tiny hut.
Yeah, just, you know what? If you're ever gonna die, just make the tiny hut, You got 8 hours of resting time in there. That's a whole long rest.
I'm joking. But yeah, that's a really good question, and that's something that I definitely want to consider with my teammates before going in. and kind of weigh the pro and con, because like again I each have two 4-level spell slots, and Death Ward is like super sexy and great, but then I lose banishment.
That's true. You do lose banishment in the as the one downside there. Which honestly, banishment could be fucking huge. It really could be. Especially the problem is if they pass the saving throw. What kind of save is it for banishment?
It's a charisma save.
Ooh. Oh, that's not an uncommon dumb stat too. That's really not an uncommon dumb stat.
Yeah.
I feel that by default.
Shit, what is your charisma?
My
Oh, you got a nice -1 there. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Thank God for being a succubus and having charisma.
I'm just seeing this. Hang on. So it's charisma save. What is your spell save DC? You have the amulet of the devout,
yeah,
right?
it's the spell save DC
16, top of my head.
yes.
Okay, yeah, I saw the +4 in wisdom. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say that's normally 15. Then you have a 16 with the amulet of the vow. That's really good. That's basically a save if you had a 20 in that stat. So honestly, a 16 on a charisma save. If you hit the right person with that, that could be huge. That could change the tide of the battle entirely.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Especially if like you can take out their supports, take out their heaviest hitter, and then kill off their supports, and then when they come back to the match, they have nothing they can do with it.
The only downside is it is concentration, which means that if someone targets you, they could try and break it. They could try to break it to bring their teammate back.
That's where a good point with Tenebris comes in, because I think let me look at something really quick, because Tenebris is
That would make Mage Slayer really good.
yeah.
If you're in their face and they can't really cast spells to break the concentration.
Yeah.
You have Mage Slayer?
I know that if a creature within 5 feet of me makes an attack against a target other than me, I can use a reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that person, which is Sentinel.
Oh,
so
Sentinel, yeah.
yeah, Tenebris is always standing around to protect, at least, like, when they can.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so at least when it comes to defending Jacinto, that's my plan there, with making sure that people stay the fuck away from you. So
okay, so is that pretty much it for Jacinto's like strategies?
Yeah. Again, mainly support, but then occasionally, like again, he's now really freaking strong. So in that Warhammer, that +1 Warhammer and that 19 strength will do damage. Like.
So I imagine, would you say you're a frontliner, a backliner, or you're kind of like a middle?
I am in the middle because
guy?
if I'm gonna channel my divinity, I want all of my pals to be in it.
That's a good point. And how long does that last? That's not concentration.
It's not concentration, which is also why I
Just a
was able
minute?
to use more concentration spells, because I knew that channel divinity is not concentration based.
Quality Sanctuary is so fucking insane, dude. It's actually such a good. The first time, I don't know if I told your group this. I told one of the groups this. The first time we ever had a Twilight Domain cleric being played, we didn't know temporary HP could not be stacked.
Oh!
And I'm sitting here and I'm like, this has to be broken as fuck. Like, there's no way we're not missing something, because I have more temp HP than my actual HP now. And I was sitting there so confused. But yeah. 1d6 plus 8 temporary HP is fucking insane every turn.
Even without the stacking, that is a lot of mitigation.
Again,
It is.
it's
It gives a lot of buffer. Honestly, your team is kind of cracked with Twilight Domain. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's talk about let's move on. You were talking about Tenebris earlier, so let's just jump there, because that's a nice point we can go on. You mentioned the rapier. It's a nice +1 rapier. You have Sentinel as well. What else do you have in your arsenal, in your kit?
oh yeah, so one of my favorite cantrips that you can get, being a fuck, I forgot the name of my class for a second. An Eldritch Knight. Yeah, is Tenebris has War Magic, I believe, as well, which means that you can cast a cantrip and attack immediately after. So it's a good 1/2 combo.
Is it like an attack as a bonus action, or is it attack as the?
It is a bonus.
All right.
Green Flame Blade is a good plus 1d8 to whatever you're hitting with, and with hold on, sorry, I'm looking at my stuff right now, but Yeah, with my rapier, with all of Tenebros's talents stacked, it's like a plus 12 to my melee hits already.
Really?
So it's a 1d8. Yeah, it's a 1d8 plus 12, and I can hit twice already.
How do you get the fucking plus 12? What happened?
Yeah.
You gotta run me through
I
this.
told-
Hang on, you gotta run me through this. I need to see.
Yeah, I can. Hold on. Because we tried to figure this out last time. Me and Nathan went through all of the different stuff I have to like be like, how is that number so fucking high?
So you're a dex
But
fighter, so you have a plus 3.
a dex fighter, I believe
Yeah,
that.
dueling
Hold on.
fighting style.
Dueling. Yep.
Okay, so that makes it plus 5 on the damage now.
Let's see.
Weapon bond. Or wait,
Weapon
no, that
bond.
just no. That just makes it so you can't be disarmed.
Oh,
What
okay.
else
Hold
do
on.
you have?
I'm like trying to remember like how it
You've
got
got
that. I know
+4
that it is like
dex.
it plus 4 for dex.
Mhm.
Is it plus?
Okay.
You have 17 dex.
Features and traits. I know spell attack is plus 6, but that's not. What am I looking for? Help! I don't even know like how it got that high.
So with dueling and dexterity, and your plus 1 rapier, that would be a plus 6 right now, right?
Yeah, but it is.
I don't know where the other plus 6 is coming from.
But is this what
I-
D&D Beyond is saying?
Yeah, it's what D&D.
Yeah, I'm on the page. I don't know what the fuck.
I can like.
I believe we figured it out.
We did figure it out at one point, but I forgot what it was. It's already like.
2 weapon fighting.
Yeah. I wish that because with dueling and
Wait, why do you have 2 weapon fighting now that I think about it? You only have 1 weapon.
I don't use 2 weapon fighting.
They use dueling.
It says you have
Yeah, it
2
says you have
weapon
2. Wait, it says you have 2 weapon fighting. What the fuck?
I see
What?
dueling
Hang on,
on D&D
hang on.
Beyond.
Yeah, it says dueling on D&D Beyond because I'm a one-hand fighter.
Yeah, if you look at your bonus actions, it says actions in combat 2 weapon fighting, but if you go to your features and traits, it says fighting style dueling.
I mean, I guess can't you use a bonus action
so I guess it's
to weapon
not-
fight? But
Yeah, you could just add the
But-
as
yeah, but I don't have
damage.
it there.
Yeah, I think that's just a basic fighter thing, and then also you can spec.
Well,
into
how
it
the
more.
fuck do you have a plus 12 is my question. That is insane, and I don't know.
Yeah, because they have. I think it's even higher when they're higher level in our other campaign. It's like a plus 14 or something in our other campaign. But we figured this out at one point. But I would have to go back through everything and look at that for you. I can like go into their sheet and manage and whatever, and like try and figure out where that number comes from. But that's what D&D Beyond gives me. So
Here. Do
Yeah.
you mind doing?
We
Do you
spent,
mind
like,
doing that while we
half
talk
of
about Cyril for a second?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go find what the plus 12 is from. I am fascinated. I'm sure everyone else listening is also very interested. In the meantime, we'll talk about Cyril's kit just because we're here. So go ahead, talk about whatever you want to talk about for your character's strategies going into this.
Yeah, let me just stop looking at Tenebris. All right. So, do you want me to give like numbers?
Oh,
and
you don't have to.
everything,
You don't have
or
to give
just
numbers.
the basic
Whatever
idea?
you think you want to give. Because I noticed you have a beautiful sword right there. That's the first thing that comes to mind because it's in blue.
Yeah.
So I see it immediately.
Yeah. So, basically, as you know, the main thing is that they are a blade singer. So I have a flame tongue scimitar as their main weapon, which they have proficiency with. Which is actually, you probably have proficiency with the weapon. Sam.
He doesn't
That
add
might
the
be-
damage though. That's the thing.
Okay, I have no idea.
It
Not at
adds
all.
it adds the hit, but it doesn't add the damage as well.
Mm.
Well, so I guess you were talking earlier about front line, mid line, back
yeah.
line. I'd say for Saru, she kind of jumps between front and mid.
Okay, makes sense.
A lot of times they'll be in the front line with their high AC. If they get hit, they might back up and start casting
A bit of a
spells.
glass cannon. So yeah, I can understand that kind of playstyle.
If we're fighting against somebody that can consistently hit above 20 AC,
There's a few characters like that.
Then-
There's a few.
might be a little bit further back.
Mhm. There's a few that
Um,
I would be worried about.
But I do have Blade Song, and I do have the spell Shield. If I use
Ooh.
both of them, I can pretty much guarantee that I do not get hit because that is a 29 AC.
29?
Yeah, so 20 base, plus 4 for the Blade Song, plus 5 for
Okay, wait,
Shield.
so you have
which is just
Wait,
for
wait,
that.
wait. So you have
as
you
a
have 20.
reaction with.
Okay, yeah. Blades.
Yeah. So it's using my bonus action and my reaction on that turn to dodge whatever.
How much does How much does Blade Song give you?
+4 bonus to AC, +10 feet of walking,
Oh my god.
advantage on acrobatics.
You could get a
+4
29. What the
on con
fuck?
saves.
What the fuck? Holy shit. You have shield, you said? That's what you have? Oh my god.
I also have absorb elements if they're casting a spell at me, and I want to do that instead if my AC is fine, which it probably
What
will be.
the fuck, dude? Holy shit, give me a second. Like I thought someone else had a broken AC. You could get to 29 on a turn. Damn. You gotta land crits to get rid of you. Fuck. Okay. Sorry, this is news to me, and I'm actually shocked. That's actually insane. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have 3 uses of Blade Song and 4 first level spell slots.
And how long does Blink Song last? That lasts
I believe
a minute, right?
I think it's like, yeah, 1 minute.
There's a good chance a match will last less than a minute.
Oh
There's
yeah.
6 players on the field. You're trying to knock out 3 of them. I'll be shocked if a few matches made it to a minute, you know?
It ends early if I am incapacitated, if I don medium armor, heavy armor, or a shield, which I really wanted to have a shield just to bring it up above 30 AC, just because. But I can't do it because of that. I can't use two-handed weapons, and I can dismiss it at any point, so... But I probably will have Blade Song active for
I have a question.
pretty much most of, if not the whole fight.
I have a question. I'm sorry to call you out like this, but I'm noticing something real quick. Half plate is medium armor.
Is it? Hold on. I know I thought about this, and I'm sure there has to be a reason I did that.
Which we could easily swap it out with what's your dex? You have a +3 dexterity. We can give you the exact same AC with +1 studded leather. It's the exact same.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Yeah, I'm probably gonna
just
do that.
swap it out. You can make it. You could keep the mithril stuff. You know, that's fine. But it's the exact same thing, but technically speaking, a bit flavor-wise different. Just because I do not want to deal with the potential chance a player calls you out during the match.
Yeah,
You know, in that case, I'm like, oh fuck. Well, you know, it's kind of the same thing. But
think-
yeah, basically, it's the same AC. Not a problem. 29. You know, a normal AC. 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your standard AC.
You know, yeah. I don't know about you guys. Level 8, I hit 29 all the time, right?
Mhm.
That's the common. You know, 34 is my usual roll, but fuck, man. Okay, so you have flame tongue scimitar as a
yes.
massive bonus for you because you're gonna be in the front lines swinging your sword a lot. Do you get extra attack? I don't think you get extra attack.
I do not.
Okay, it's still really
I don't
good
know.
without extra attack. Like you don't need that.
But I do have Warcaster though,
Fuck, what is Warcaster?
which I believe you can use your action to make an opportunity attack to cast a spell. That's not really what I thought it was, but that's fine.
Okay. So if someone. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I do not have extra attack, so I can only attack once per
All
turn.
right, which isn't, it's not terrible. You still have flame tongue, so that's still an average of, what would that be? Average of around almost 14 damage per turn, which isn't too bad for, you know, 29 AC.
Yeah. Not to mention I have Booming Blade as well,
Oh fuck, Booming Blade, what is that?
and things like that. Basically just it's gonna
Oh, it's all around you. Okay.
make me do more
Mhm,
damage. So thunder damage and some other stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be that's pretty impressive. Now, spell wise, besides shield and absorb elements, what do you have if you need to back up and need to start using other options? What do you have in your arsenal to work there?
Oh, also with absorb elements, I wanted to mention that also increases my attack damage.
Oh my fucking god,
So
you're
an
right.
Extra 1d6.
You're right. Okay, yeah, you have means of
Booming Blade, with
of
another-
stacking up your
yeah,
attack then.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, for my kit, besides the spell, or besides first level spells, because absorb elements and shield are my only first level spells, because I want to have as many uses of those as possible. I'm not going to waste first level on other
Yeah,
things.
makes sense.
So I have mostly things to kind of free up space for our team and to also have space for myself. So things like Misty Step, Mirror Image, Blur, which blur is actually just insane.
Oh, what does that do? It gives you. Oh my fucking god, dude! What? Okay.
so
Yeah, so you
roll
can only
above
29
a
AC, but
29
you got disadvantage. You got
twice.
disadvantage now. You're not letting me a crit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that's fucking insane. Holy shit. You know, I was a bit worried knowing your bracket, but now I'm seeing this, I'm not worried anymore. I think you guys will do fine. Holy shit. Okay.
I do have things like cantrips. I have lightning lure to bring people closer, like bring people out of position, like maybe a backline cleric, anything like that. Toll the Dead, just some range damage, stuff like that. Minor illusion probably won't be used. Definitely using blur. Blindness will be helpful. Crown of Madness is worth mentioning.
Yeah, so tell me
especially in a
about
tournament
Crown
like
of
this.
Madness, because I've heard mixed thoughts on this. I see some people be like, oh, it's a really nice early spell. I see some people saying this is a terrible fucking spell in general. So what are your thoughts?
Basically, the idea of this is similar to how Banishment would kind of take an enemy out of the fight. If I succeed on this and they fail their Wisdom save, I can... So I won't be using this on clerics, obviously.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that would be very awesome to just stop their healing. But it will make the opponent's... Well, the person I use a spell on attack the enemy.
Now, the one downside
basically-
is obviously you do have to use an action to maintain concentration on each of your turns.
That is a downside,
But
yes.
at that point,
But with our strong front line and a strong cleric, I think me not having an action for a turn is probably worth it, especially if it's going to be a, 3v2 at that point.
yeah, no, that's scary.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you just
Considering your other teammates are, you have like a dive DPS and then like, you know, a midliner who heals all of
I mean,
them.
it's a pretty simple plan, I guess. In theory, you put down your Twilight, your Call Divinity, you banish someone, then use Crown of Madness so that the other two fight each other, and then Tenebris comes in and just screws them up further.
Tenebris dive in and fucking destroys, yeah.
That's a fucking terrifying
I
combination.
Also just realized I forgot about this spell. I have haste as
I
well.
see that. I see haste.
So that's another +2 bonus to AC.
Uh-huh.
So that's
It
31
is concentration. Keep that one in
maximum.
mind. That one is
It
concentration.
is concentration, yeah. But if I'm using haste, I'm probably just going in with my sword at that point anyway.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. 31 AC? My god. What kind of bullshit is this? That's insane. That is the highest AC I think I've seen in
Yeah.
any
if
game
I do
I've
break
run.
concentration, I will be stopped. Like, I think you get stunned for a turn. I believe that's how it works.
Yeah, you can't move or take actions until the next turn. So you would essentially be extremely vulnerable for an entire turn. So as long as you don't lose haste, you're fine. But that might be
I think-
a strategy from the other team. They might be like, oh, let's break that haste real quick.
Let me hold on. I wonder, does haste incapacitate you, or does it just stun
It
you?
says that you can't move or take actions. I don't think it
Okay,
does.
so
I'll
it
double
will
check real
not-
quick. I don't think.
It will not stop. It will not stop my +4 from Blade Song then, if that's the case.
Let me see. When the spell ends,
Not
you
the
can't
right
move or take actions until the next turn. Yeah, so if you have Blade Song
Okay,
activated,
so
it should not end Blade Song.
I won't be able to use my reaction, I believe, but I will have a 24 AC either way, which is good. Mirror image. I believe I have this on here, which also increases my AC if I'm next to them. Something I can't. It's a lot of text.
Mirror
I will-
image. Oh fuck yeah, this is a lot.
I make clones basically.
Yeah. You're basically gonna be impossible to hit. This is not concentration. Are you fucking serious? Okay, you're basically gonna be impossible to hit, to my knowledge.
That was the main idea of this character, is just to have somebody that's going to be a full glass cannon. They don't do a terrible amount of damage unless you really stack things up,
But they're just not gonna be. You can't hit them.
but they're going to be a very good distraction at the very least.
That's very fair. And I noticed you have some high level spells. Like you never talked about your 4th level. Do you plan to use any of those 4th level, or do you think you're just gonna upcast?
I've just been going in order.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. So I'm in 3rd level now. I do have counterspell just as a 3rd level because it's useful for high value spells. Haste, lightning bolt, just that's self-explanatory. I can upcast absorb elements, which I believe that gives you more damage. Yeah, it gives me extra damage whenever I attack. So that's going to be pretty good. Counterspell, whatever. Fire shield. I'm pretty sure this gives me more AC.
Does it actually? No shot. No, it does not.
I don't see anything.
It
No. I think it just
makes you. I think you resist either cold or fire, whatever you say, and then you dish out an additional damage when people hit you, melee attacks.
Okay, that'll probably be less useful because people are probably not going to hit.
That
me.
is true. This is not that useful for you.
Is it whenever they attack or whenever they hit?
It's
whenever
yeah.
they hit. Okay, yeah. So I'll probably.
But you're not gonna be hit, so you know who fucking cares?
Hopefully not. If they do hit me, I'm gonna be a little bit screwed.
If they consistently start hitting you, start praying, because I'm gonna be honest, that's terrifying if someone's able to just hit you over and over and over again.
Not well. We do have a good amount of temporary.
Oh my god, I forgot about that too. Okay, yeah.
So even if I do get hit, it's not too big of a deal as long as it's not 50 damage all at once.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
And if they cast spells that have absorb element, there's a lot. I don't think Storm Sphere is too important here either.
Doesn't look like it'll make your AC higher, so you're probably not gonna need it.
Yeah, so I think you get the basic idea of what this character does.
Yeah. So you
hit
things,
they're just
and you don't get hit ever.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you do get hit, you have a cleric who's gonna heal you right away.
Welcome.
Is it safe to assume then, based on you three, that Tenebris will be kind of the frontliner, and then that you two will be kind of right behind, and kind of making sure you're all within range of each other's abilities and stuff?
Like Sam mentioned, I think my character is going to kind of dive in there as well.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to run in with Blade Song that gives me more movement speed, and maybe if they have a cleric that I can target easily, I can deal with them and then run back pretty quickly.
Okay.
Since I can also disengage as a bonus with haste, I believe.
Yeah, and I have a similar, I mean, not a similar, but I have a spell for diving as well, because I think it's Aganazar's Scorcher. It lets you run really fast. It, like, doubles your movement, so... And you, like, have flames go behind you when you run, so...
That's sick flavoring for a succubus. Love that.
Yeah.
Did you ever find where the plus 12 comes from, by the way?
I fucking wish I could, but like I don't see where. I mean, like, that's the number it's giving me, like, on the site.
Does it tell you when you're in there, like, where are you getting the plus 12
I clicked on it. It doesn't tell me. I mean, I would probably have to, like, get on my computer and, like, deep dive into that. I know me and Nathan have done it before and it came out and made sense, but we talked about it all, so I don't.
I've been doing that in the background as well.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
It says +7 to hit.
+7 to hit, but
plus
the
12 damage is insane.
Yeah, I think with that, like, it'll probably be somewhere within Sam's sheet, so Sam will probably have to go in, like, whenever they're able to, but I promise you, we're not trying to juke you.
No, I trust you, you. I'm just curious, and I'm sure anyone listening at this point is like, how the fuck do we have a plus 12 damage on a rapier? Because that's insane.
Maybe when Sam figures it out, we can get on call for like 5 minutes, go through it, and then you can just tack it on at the end of the episode.
Yeah, maybe.
On at the end.
Even without that +12, I still think you're right.
Oh no, I agree completely. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a plus. What's supposed to be a fucking? It's +3 from dexterity, +2 from dueling, +1 from the +1.
I do have a +4 to dexterity. Like, would that still be?
Do you have a +4 to dexterity? Because it's saying 17 on me.
It says +3 under dexterity, but then if you look at saving throws, it says +4.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think that's what you were confusing.
Okay.
About.
Oh, do you have like a what's your magic items that you bought?
I didn't actually get a lot because I don't actually need a lot. I have a protection.
That's where it's from. Okay, yeah. That increases all your saving throws by 1.
Yes, true. Okay, yeah. I was totally looking at the wrong number. That's my bad. I promise I'm not stupid.
No, it's all good. You know, it happens. There's a lot to unpack here, you know. It's not like you've played these characters before this. I think only one team had the chance for a one-shot, and that's because I know them in person, and they wanted to run a one-shot with them. I'm like, okay, sure. But almost everyone else is coming into this kind of like, okay, I hope I know my character.
And... yeah, in the universe that Tenebris is from, they're also stronger and have better weapons and better stats and whatever, considering they are just getting thrown into this universe. So Yeah, I think they have like something ridiculous, like a plus 14 or 15 to their damage in the original campaign that they were from.
You gotta find out
And
what
that
the
one
fuck it
checks
is.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because well, can you tell me the plus 14s from? Maybe that'll help us narrow it down if we have a similar build.
They have a completely different rapier in that one,
Ah, shit,
and it's
okay.
it's a legendary.
It's an artifact.
Okay, never mind
Yeah.
then. That's not gonna help us then,
Yeah.
if that's where it's coming
Yeah.
from. Okay,
Yeah.
no idea, because I don't think Sentinel gives you anything for extra damage.
I have no idea. I'm gonna have to dig through that because that's what it's outputting for me on D&D Beyond, and I guess I'm just skipping over something like maybe it because a plus 6 would be half of a plus 12. So
Yeah, so I'm wondering like how it's doubled.
maybe I have something that doubles it. I don't like.
That would be really
Yeah,
cool.
That'd be really
Yeah.
busted to have. Holy shit! I'm gonna check something real
Maybe
quick.
there's some feature or whatever. I wish I could
It
tell you where
wouldn't. I don't think D&D Beyond would be this stupid, but it wouldn't make it wouldn't combine Green
No,
Flame
I-
Blade and the regular attack into one damage output, would it?
No, Green Flame. No, Green
would
Flame
show
Blade
that
is
they have
separate because even on Green Flame Blade, it's like the first hit with Green Flame Blade is a 1d8, and then if you hit a second target, it's a 1d8 plus 3. So I don't think it's describing that because it has that tacked on as an extra thing you can do.
Yeah, I see that on the notes, so it wouldn't be in the damage section. Fuck. Well, I guess when you find out, you gotta tell me because I am deathly curious on how the hell you have a plus 12 on the damage with only a plus 7 to hit, mind you. Like that's fucking insane. There has to be something there that I'm missing. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I tend to write my own character sheets instead of using D&D Beyond, so I don't know how to navigate this fucking website. But fuck.
I did notice under actions it does say I have 2 attacks per action.
Oh, do you?
I don't know how, but
Okay.
I will.
I'll
have to
let
look
me
into
see.
that.
Let me see. Where actions? 2 attacks
Maybe
per
D&D
action.
Beyond is just a little crazy.
I think
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know how to fucking read this.
in my
site.
experience, D&D Beyond's always been accurate, but just never a good explanation of like why things are there.
2 attacks
Yeah.
per action. Does blade singing get extra attack? Let's find out.
That's what I thought, but it doesn't look like it does.
No, they do. They do. Level 6.
Oh, it does.
You get extra
Okay,
attack.
okay.
I was like, it'd be really weird to have a subclass
Oh,
build
yeah,
for
that's what
melee.
yeah.
And then not give you extra attack, actually. So that makes a lot
Yeah.
sense. For a moment, I was like, I thought blitzing was a lot better. Like, only 1 attack isn't that good. But no, that makes a lot more sense. So it's only the mystery of the plus 12 now. That's really the only thing. We're sitting here like, what the fuck is this?
Mystery. Yeah, that's the mystery of the team.
Well, I guess find out before the actual tournament so we can verify that's... like, it has to be accurate. But, like, I just don't know how.
yeah,
So,
we'll figure it out.
you guys kind of have the build of Tenebris will be kind of in the front, constantly hitting, while you two will be a mix of right behind and right next to at times, depending on what's going on. To my knowledge, based on your abilities, 30 feet difference between all of you. So that way you can all benefit off of the Twilight Sanctuary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as I'm not diving in for somebody, that's probably my range.
Yeah, we played a lot of Overwatch and we learned about dive comps.
Makes sense. Okay. So,
It's so
at this point,
yeah.
that's kind of covers all the synergy stuff. I'm going to tell you a bit about the other teams. And by a bit, I mean I'm going to give you their names on your quarter of the bracket. Because I don't know if you guys were there for the vote, but people were like, oh, save the reveal for in-character. I'm like, okay. So you guys do not get to know who you're against round 1, but you will get to know who's on your side of the bracket. So let me find your team name real quick. There you are. Okay. So there's seven different teams, right? Between NPC and PC. And I'm going to read the names to you and tell you nothing else about them, okay? You gotta get everything you know from the server as well as from the names and just assume your best. With that being said, before I do this, I give everyone kind of the choice, either talk about it after or talk about it between each name reveal. I don't care. It's really up to you guys, okay? Okay, so the first team, and I will not include your team here. I'm going in alphabetical order. This is not a strategic thing. Do not try to assume who you're against based on the ordering of this. It will not do anything, I promise. I sat there, I'm like, how can I make sure no one thinks I'm trying to, like, hint at something? No. Okay. So the first team is the Co Brothers. They're an NPC team. You got the go on.
Sorry, I just have ADHD, so I'm gonna forget all of the names if we go.
Don't worry. I'll send the name after I read them.
Okay, yeah, then we're good. We can just go.
The second team is the Maelstrom Raiders, another NPC team. The third team is the Phoenixes, another NPC team. You got the Reptile Rippers, which is the last NPC team on your side of the bracket. You have the Salty Seamen, which is a player team.
Yeah, that checks out.
Team Triple S is a player team. And the Winged Warriors is a player team. And here you guys go. There's your little list, so you can see them. So take a nice look at these beautiful names, because they will be on your side of the banquet during the that roleplay stuff. So
Awesome.
let me ask. Every team gets these questions, so I just feel like I'd ask. On this list, is there a team that you do not want to fight, and is there a team that you do want to fight? Whether it be you think you can take them on in a fight, whether it be you think they're boring, whatever reasoning you have, feel free to explain yourself. Anything catch your eye, go right ahead. Take it away.
I want to fight the Salty Seamen.
I believe we have the fly spell, so I'm not worried about the winged people.
Yeah.
We do have fly, don't we?
I have a bunch of long-ranged spells just in case I can't get up on people.
Okay, so the logic here, Wing Warriors, they can all fly. That's your thought process. Salty Seamen, funny, you want to fight them for that reason.
They sound like they're fun people.
I assume that they're all ocean people, so...
I can't tell you much, but that's your impression.
Yeah, that's a logical guess.
That or hate the ocean. I don't know.
Right. They're salty about it.
I just think like if you're gonna do like a fun name like the Salty Seamen, like then probably the players behind that team are just like fun people, and it'd be fun to interact with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I like their characters. They're actually the group that I know in real life that ended up doing the one shot to me. So they know how to play their characters a tiny bit. They kind of role played them before. So yeah. Interesting that you picked them. I mean, it makes sense. Funny name. Now, let me ask this. The other question I had was, what team on here do you not want to fight by the name of? Or based on if you've seen the players interact in the chat or anything like that. What do you look at here and say, fuck, I don't want to deal with them?
Honestly, I'm worried about the Winged Warriors just because I don't know, something about winged feels divine, and radiant damage is my, Achilles heel.
Oh shit, aren't you vulnerable to radiant?
I am vulnerable to radiant.
That is huge, because I don't think any other, player races get, vulnerabilities. So, hey, if they find that out, that's really bad. You gotta keep that under wraps,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Achilles heel of Tenebris, considering they're very strong elsewhere and otherwise from that. So.
Fortunately, you have armor on. Maybe they won't even realize that you're a succubus,
Yeah, that's the goal. Hey, that's the goal, kind of.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
At least for Tenebris, they don't take off. The whole joke is that they sleep and eat and do everything in the full suit of armor.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's almost a comedic bit, but it is for reason. So yeah.
That makes sense. All right. So you're afraid of Winged Warriors because they might have some sort of divine abilities. What about the other two?
I don't like. I'm okay. I'm gonna say this and shoot in the foot, but I'm not worried about the NPC teams because I feel like you wouldn't want an NPC team to win.
This is true. You are right. I really want them to all lose, right?
So,
but I will say I'm not pulling my punches with them. They're not optimized in terms of how they're going to fight, but they fight how their personalities would. And there's some scary ones. Every side of the bracket has one scary NPC team, in my opinion.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not. So I'm just. I mean, I am worried in the fact that this could pose potential challenges, but I think you would be very sad if an NPC team won.
I really don't want them to win. I want them all out by semifinals. You are completely correct. I want them all gone by semifinals.
So, but I think we haven't talked at all about Team Triple S, and I think that maybe by their secretiveness, maybe that they could pose a threat. And also, I know if I was listening to a recording and no one mentioned my team name, I'd feel bad.
That's fair. That's fair.
The fact that they could be a potential threat because they don't give us any hints.
Okay, that makes sense. You don't know what the Triple S means, so worrisome there. And what about you, Rin? What do you look at here and be like, I don't want to fight them?
Honestly, I am not too worried about any of them.
Really?
Well, yeah, fucking Blade Song.
Yeah,
you're not gonna-
29 AC. Yeah, you're sitting here like, yeah, I'm fucking
You know,
golden.
yeah. You don't have to be worried, but like I do.
I think, yes, if we can avoid the Winged Warriors, just in case they do use Radiant, I think that would be good for them.
With the Winged Warriors as well, I mean, like I haven't mentioned this at all actually, but Succubi have wings, so I mean
Oh,
they're
can you
not
fly?
like yeah, Tenebris can fly.
Kind of.
Not like regular massive wings. They're small wings, so I can use like one turn and be in the air, but then I would have to go back down.
Oh,
so
okay. I got you.
yeah, but I can use them to like I could fly and then grapple someone if I wanted. Like
So you're not worried about it. This leads to my last question then. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you they're gonna win this whole fucking thing?
well, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot and then have this come out and then be really
This is
embarrassed.
5.
Didn't do
5.
that.
It's even.
5?
So I
okay.
don't- I would go higher. Really? I was
What are you
like
thinking?
I was thinking like a 7.
A
I don't
7,
know.
Okay. What about you, Mr. 29 AC?
Out of 10, I think we have a pretty good setup against most things. There are a few things I'm worried about. I'd say 8.
Damn. Okay. Some nice numbers. You know, I've got a mixed responses from the other team so far. So yeah. Is there anything you guys might want to ask me before we end this podcast?
Have you had a good day today?
You know, so I'm getting over my sinus infection
Yeah.
right now, so you know, feeling pretty good. And this is my first interview of today. I got to do 2 of them. That's a lot of fun. So yeah, I've had a great day. Thank you for asking.
I'm glad.
Thank you. Yeah. Now, if people like this interview, right, and they're like, oh man, I want to know more about these people, where can they find you guys? Just go ahead and plug your shit now.
You can't find me. Sorry.
Oh shit.
You
Sorry,
also
guys.
can't find me.
I actually I don't have social media.
Really? Okay. Don't you
Well,
have anything you want to
find
plug?
Sam for sure.
you can find me for sure. I am Sayo Heyo, Sayo_Heyo, SAYO_HEYO on Instagram and TikTok. I cosplay. Sometimes I cosplay my D&D characters. Yeah, you can follow me there.
You can find me if
very
Sam
one is the
ever starts
best.
streaming. I'll mod their stream.
So
I'm
I
supposed
might
to
be there.
streaming, so yeah, these two will be my some of my stream mods.
wait. So Eden and Rin, you guys don't have any like place you want to plug for yourselves?
Go read the Bible, I guess.
have
I don't
any
know.
place to
Go
plug
read
that.
the Bible. I'm there somewhere. Oh my god. Okay, this is the first time I've had someone be like, "Yeah, I don't have anything I want to
I
plug."
mean,
Okay. I don't know.
I got off of social media because I'm married and I'm getting my PhD. So
You know what? That's fair. Good for you. Honestly, better on you.
Yeah, the two of them are my guest stars. So by following me, you can follow them.
Damn. I want to ask then. I gotta ask this now. Would you say that Tenebris would be like the face of this trio, or is there no face of the trio?
I don't. Okay, I love Tenebris, but Tenebris doesn't have a face right now.
Yeah.
They kind of don't really have a face. but-
Damn. No face.
I
Under-
mean,
under-
if anything, the 6'3" cat-eared woman with the big muscles might be the most. They might stand out the most, but I don't know if they'd be the face.
I
of
think
the party.
Jacinto's the most
Okay.
approachable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah, Tenebris might be really memorable, and especially since I've sent a lot of art of them, like, you know, yeah, but I think that the 3 of them all hold their own and play a very vital and important part of the team. I was gonna draw art of the 3 of them for the team banner or whatever.
Oh my god, you totally should. I don't know how long it takes you. You got like good like few months before these actually start coming
Yeah.
out. So you got
Yeah.
plenty of time if you want to do that. Go right ahead. This is the first time like I've seen art of characters in anything I'm doing. So like this is pretty fucking cool. Thank you. It's nice. It's awesome. I love this trio.
I would love to do art for people here and stuff. You know, I love drawing D&D characters. I draw Tenebris a lot. You've seen my Tenebris art.
Yeah, do you
so-
have a separate art account or is it also on your cosplay account?
No, I actually don't really post my art. I go to art school and I'm an animation major, but I don't actually post it a lot anywhere. So.
Where was this during your introduction? Yeah, I'm an animation major. You know, that's kind of important. Okay. Anyways.
I realized that's what I was gonna say because Megan was like, "Yeah, I'm getting my PhD," and I was like, "Damn, I should have said something like actually like." Cool.
Hi, I'm a cook. I make food.
Oh man, I love that. Okay, anyways, you guys have been great. Thank you so much for sitting down and doing this with me. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to just get this whole thing out of the way, and I wish you luck in the tournament. Hopefully you enjoy it.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Second interview.
Yes, thank
Okay,
you. Thank you.
besties kill, but not kill. Just win. Don't actually kill anyone.
Murder's bad. Murder's illegal.
Just incapacitate. Okay, besties, incapacitate. Yeah.
Slay, but not really.
Yeah.